Good day. Our topic for today is about PERMA Plus Model Explained, a theory of well-being. Again, this is Donna Lea P. Bendia, and I am going to explain this topic. So let us start with the quotation from Seligman from the year 2002. Positive psychology takes you through the countryside of pleasure and gratification, up into the high country of strength and virtue, and finally to the peaks of lasting fulfillment, meaning, and purpose. Okay, so this quotation has been injected through this topic because the PERMA model is more on positivity, strength, virtue, okay, and the components that are actually comprising the PERMA model is more likely to discuss about it. So what is Seligman's PERMA Plus model? Okay, so this model is developed by the American psychologist and educator Martin Seligman. Okay, and also as a psychology practitioner, he understands how natural it is for individuals to continuously seek for what makes them happy, regardless of their age, their orientation, and their status in life. Okay, but then before the specific PERMA model, it was also rooted from Abraham Maslow's self-actualization from the hierarchy of needs. Okay, and he was one of the first in the field of psychology to describe the term well-being with his characteristics of a self-actualized person, the top in the hierarchy needs of people. Okay, so the description of self-actualization is actually a foreshadowing of the PERMA model, which outlines the characteristic of a flourishing individual and well-being theory, or the WBT. Okay, so in the developing theory to address this, so Seligman selected 5 components that people pursue because they are intrinsically motivating and they contribute to well-being. Later, we are going to discuss one by one the selected components, the 5 selected components of the PERMA model. So these elements are pursued for their own sake and are defined and measured independently of each other. So these are the 5 components of PERMA model. Okay, and Seligman believed that the 5 core elements are what people need in order to achieve a healthy sense of well-being, fulfillment, and satisfaction in life that can lead to finding life's true meaning. So these are positive emotion, accomplishments, engagement, meaning, and relationships. So some researches show that significant positive associations between each of the PERMA is actually important for our physical health, for our vitality, job satisfaction, life satisfaction, and commitment with organizations. Okay? It is also a predictor of psychological distress that previously report of distress. Okay, so which means that proactively working on the components of PERMA not only increases aspects of well-being but also decreases psychological distress. Okay, for added reference, I included here a link of a video clip about the PERMA model, which is actually discussed by Mr. Seligman. So you can access it through this link. Okay, so let us discuss the first component of the PERMA model, which is known as positive emotion. Okay, so when you say positive emotion, this is much more than the mere happiness of people. Okay, it's about feeling good and is obviously the most direct path to being happy. When one feels good, one feels positive, of course. However, such positive emotion doesn't just stop at someone flashing a great smile, okay? Because that is something anyone can do or sadly fake. And positive emotion goes beyond that, may even involve acceptance of the past, regardless of how bad it was, and anticipating positively what the future holds. Words pleasure and enjoyment are easily associated with happiness but are mistakenly understood to be equal and the same. So, pleasure, according to this model, refers to one's physical needs being satisfied, such as, let's say, for example, food, shelter, water, clothing, safety. Okay. On the other hand, enjoyment is the satisfaction and fulfillment derived from doing something such as, let's say, painting, cross stitching, or exploring a car's engine. So, when enjoyment is achieved, happiness tags along too. Okay, so when individuals can explore, savor, and integrate positive emotions into daily life and visualizations of future life, it improves habitual thinking and acting. So, positive emotions can undo the harmful effects of negative emotions and promote resilience. So these are the different ways wherein you can build positive emotion. You can spend time with people you care about, doing activities that you enjoy, like your hobbies, reflecting on things you are grateful for and what is going well in your life, listening to uplifting or inspirational music. Okay. Okay, so the next component of PERMA model is engagement. Okay. So it actually refers to something that an individual can get and grows or being absorbed with. Okay. Almost everybody of us has an experience getting lost in a book or living in one's own world because of something so engaging. So it is actually very positive thing for a person's intelligence, emotions, and even skills. Why a child who is busy putting together different Lego parts or piling blocks should be allowed to do so and let be. Okay, if we can still remember the concept flow that we discussed last time, so this is actually interconnected with each other. So flow includes the loss of self-consciousness and complete absorption in an activity. So in other words, it is living in the present moment and focusing entirely on the task at hand. Okay? So doing something that engages an individual also brings happiness even if it has nothing to do with all with one's work or if it is deemed by others as silly. Okay? So for example, a woman in her mid-30s who loves to play the violin, okay? And while engaged in doing it, it can momentarily leave the present and live in the music. Okay? So people are more likely to experience flow when they use their top character strengths, and research on engagement has found that individuals who try to use their strengths in new ways each day for a week were happier and less depressed after 6 months. So it's really good that we can engage with the flow or engagement. So these are the different ways to increase engagement. You can participate in activities that you really love or you lose track of time when you do them. You can practice living in the moment even during daily activities or mundane tasks. Spend time in nature, watching, listening, and observing what happens around you. And you can also identify and learn about your character strengths and do things that you excel at. So the concept of engagement is something much more powerful than simply being happy. But happiness is one of the many byproducts of engagement. Next, we have relationships. So this is the third element of happiness and well-being. As human beings, it is our natural desire to want to be connected and be part of a group, such as let's say a club, okay, school organization, or a circle. So we were wired to not just want, but we need love, affection, attention, and interaction from other people. It is why we people need to create relationships with our family, with our coworkers, our friends, peers, because it is from these groups that we are able to receive emotional support when things get rough. Okay? So, in other words, relationship encompasses all the various interaction with individuals, with our significant others. Okay? So, this is actually a simple yet clear example of the need for belongingness. Okay? And interaction. Okay? And, It is the feeling of being supported, loved, and valued by other people. So relationships are included in the model based on the idea that humans are inherently social. Relationships can join a class or group that interests you. You can ask questions of the people you don't know well to find out more about them. You can create friendships with people you're acquainted with, and you can get in touch with people you have not spoken to or connected with in for a while. Okay, so the next is meaning. This is the fourth component of the PERMA model. Okay, so many people wonder why many celebrities who live in multi-million dollar mansions and go on monthly vacations to the different summer vacation, right? And let's say for example, they do not what they do not understand is there is so much more to life than just money and material possessions. Above it all, what makes a person want to live is the meaning they find in their lives. Seligman discussed meaning as belonging, okay, and or serving something greater than ourselves. Having a purpose in life help individuals focus on what is really important in the face of significant challenge or adversity. Okay, so parents with young children understand how important they are in their children's lives, and so they work hard to provide for their families. A beautiful lady, okay, though unmarried, is happy because she takes care of her aging parents. These things are worth more than any amount of money and meaning that keeps people happy and persistent. Having meaning or purpose in life is different for everyone. Okay? Meaning may be pursued through a profession, could be a social or political cause, creative endeavor, religious or spiritual belief, and it may be found in a career or through extracurricular volunteer or community activities. How do we build meaning? So you get involved in a cause or organization that matters to you. You try new creative activities to find things you connect with. Think about how you can use your passion to help others and spend quality time with people you care about. A sense of meaning is guided by personal values, and people who report having purpose in life live longer and have greater life satisfaction and fewer health problems. Next, we have accomplishment. Okay, so this is the fifth component of the PERMA model. So, we all take pride in something that we have done or accomplished. It is this accomplishment that actually strengthen our self-esteem and our confidence that we are worth something. When we achieve something, we feel good. We want to do more and become more, and it can be seen even in very young children. Okay, so this accomplishment in PERMA model is also known as achievement, mastery, or competence. Okay, so a sense of accomplishment is a result of working toward and reaching goals, mastering an endeavor, and having self motivation to finish what you set out to do. This also contributes to well being because individuals can look at their lives with a sense of pride. Okay? Let's say, for example, a little girl learns to use the spoon and fork when eating, and when she knows how proud her mother is upon learning this, the child continues to use her spoon and fork. Okay? She also sees new things to learn that are more challenging, okay, than what she can already do. Let's say, for example, pouring water into her glass or putting her toys back in the cupboard. Okay, so for short, these accomplishments drive individuals to achieve more and make them feel good. Just make sure that all those accomplishments are being recognized and appreciated. Okay, so it includes the concept of perseverance and having a passion to attain goals. But flourishing and well being come when accomplishment is tied to striving towards things with an internal motivation or working towards something just for the sake of the pursuit of improvement. For the different ways to build accomplishment, you can set goals that are SMART: S for specific, M for measurable, A for achievable, R for realistic, and T for time bound. You should also reflect on past successes and look for creative ways to celebrate your achievements. Achieving intrinsic goals such as growth and connection leads to larger gains in well being. than external goals such as money or fame. Okay, so the plus in PERMA, what are the additional? What are the supplements? Okay, of course, we have optimism. So, optimism is a positive emotion critical to building resilience and well being. We have already discussed a lot about optimism from our previous topics. So, it is the belief that life will have more good outcomes than bad. People who are optimistic are more likely to be resilient to stressful life events because they are always looking forward, okay, with actually a good perspective and a good point of view in life. Optimistic people tend to live longer and have better post-operative outcomes and lower levels of depression and adjust better to college life. And this is the reason why we should always view, okay, our life with optimism. Next is nutrition. So this is very basic, although sometimes it's really hard to follow all this nutritional diet that but it's for our health, so we should also give importance to this. Okay, poor nutrition leads to physical health problems such as obesity, diabetes, heart disease, and even cancer. But there is significant research demonstrating a relationship between diet and mental health. Okay, so we must eat a balanced diet rich in vegetables and nutrients. Okay, we should also limit our intake of sugary, okay, cholesterol, foods that has high cholesterol, especially bad cholesterol. Okay, those artificial and instant or fast food or junk food. Okay, so high levels of well-being were reported by individuals who ate more fruits and vegetables. Okay, so this is a review of research on children and adolescents found that a poor diet, okay, was linked to a poorer mental health. So what should we eat? Okay, there are many superfoods like berries, okay, vegetables, avocados, nuts, and seeds, and other healthy foods. Okay, so make sure that it will always be on top of your mind that nutrition is not only linked with our physical health but also to our mental health. Next is sleep. So, of course, sleep is very important, and neuroimaging and neurochemistry research suggests that good sleep hygiene fosters mental and emotional resilience, and sleep deprivation leads to negative thinking and emotional vulnerability. Further, sleep problems are more likely to affect people with psychiatric disorders and many increase the risk of developing mental illness, particularly insomnia, okay, and the risk of developing depression. So getting 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep during the same hours every night is recommended, highly recommended. Okay, lifestyle changes: avoid caffeine, nicotine, and alcohol. Getting some physical activity, decrease screen time, use the bedroom only for sleep and sex. That could actually improve the sleep quality of the person. Be all, thank you, and I hope that you learned something about the PERMA model that we discussed today. If you have any questions, you can find me at psicologista.files@gmail.com. Thank you. Bye.